and all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad that y'all are tuning in for this right now. My name is Empress V. I am the Ancestors Oracle. Please like and subscribe. One of the things that I wanted to talk about right now is relationships. One of the topics that you all love because everybody wants to be in love. No one wants to be alone. And that in itself should be an inclination for you to know that because you feel the need to be in a relationship or you want your relationship to work, this right here within itself is telling you that we need people. We need interaction with others in order for ourselves to be healthy. We are a social being. So when we're not social, we begin to lack or we begin to become imbalanced. That's what I'm looking for. We begin to become imbalanced when we lack those social things. Now, the topic that I wanted to speak about is that it's going to be very important for us to know our mates and who and what it is that we're coming and creating with, especially when it comes to having children. It's going to be very important for us to know a person's spiritual background. Reason being is because if a person's spiritual background is a mischief spiritual background or a thief spiritual background or someone who is just in the adversities of the spiritual backgrounds, the ugly things, the things we don't, the things usually people would be expected to disagree with or not to like or not to be involved with. If a person has that type of spiritual background and you yourself have a spiritual background where you have the spirit of the tongue, where you have the capability within your bloodline to be able to just speak and people listen, or to just speak and people follow, right? We look at a lot of preachers and pastors and people like that who speak and have huge followings. These are individuals who you can look at and see that they have those things within them, right? So, or if you're a person who has the background of just being able to heal people or something like that. When you think about these combinations coming into mix, right? Like if a person who has a healing capability comes into connection with a person who is just likes to hurt people or likes to cause infliction or pain, likes to cause different types of afflictions onto people, it would be easy for this individual that you will possibly create with your partner. It will be easy for the offspring to become a menace in the way of having both of those things come together. And now we have this being. It's a beautiful day, by the way, if y'all can't tell where I am. It's awesome. But if you think about the combination that this would make, this is going to make for a very unpleasant being who could make terrible, terrible things come to pass. Or if you are a person who has the power of the tongue, and then you come into a person who is a thief, and the two spirits connect and create this spirit, this offspring now that is able to go to people's homes and talk to them and have them give all of this money. And now this is a person who is stealing from people, but knows how to manipulate, knows the words to use to manipulate the minds of individuals. So this is why it's very important for us to have these things in consideration when getting into relationships. And this is a traditional indigenous belief. If you look at a lot of the tribes, whatever tribes in South America, tribes, of course, in Africa, tribes in wherever there are tribes in the Caribbean, tribes even in Asia. You know, they take a lot of these things into consideration and have traditional indigenous readings in order to determine if this person is for you or not. So this is something that we have come away from. And you could even look at all the things that are going on right now and the different types of individuals who we have, and you're like, how are these people able to do these things, and how are these people able to go in and talk to these people, get these people to give this money? How are these people able to convince other people into doing terrible things like sex trafficking, all different types of terrible things like that? This is because we have come into a place where we have come so far removed from our own traditional beliefs that we don't honor the things that have truly kept us in alignment with being of a higher self. So now that the collective is moving back to certain aspects and certain beliefs, and you know, we're slowly getting there and things like that, and everything is being purged, right? Now that we're coming to this point, and now there's an uptick now of there's an uptick, and things are going to continue to be uptick, and things are going to continue to be revealed, and things, all different types of things are going to be happening. A lot of things are going to be man-made, and a lot of things are going to be natural as well. So this is where discernment comes into play. And what this has to do with the relationship thing is that individuals who have come and who are creating these adversities that we see today, all different types of things, right? I mean, you pick one, pick one. Individuals who are creating these adversities, in addition to just people, there's a yin and a yang, right? So there will always be evil, right? However, within today's society, there is an imbalance. There is an imbalance, and the evil has overcome the good, so to speak, for so long. So now everything's being purged, and this is definitely not something to be fearful of, but you definitely want to think about the people who you have around you, and also yourself, and reflect on the type of individual that you are. And is this the type of individual that you really want to be? Do you want to be this person who brings adversities? Or do you want to be this person who brings joy, love, peace, and happiness? And if you choose adversities, then choose that, be within that, and go and be within that, you know? However, for those of you who are really seriously looking within yourselves and just considering the things that you have done, the life that you have led, and the things that you have done to get to where you are, although, you know, you might be looking at yourself like, you know, you have certain things, you're at a certain place, but you still feel like there's certain things missing. And with this, it's going to be absolutely imperative that we just simply look within ourselves and be honest. Just be honest. That is the number one thing that you owe to yourself, is to be honest. And then once you're able to be honest, you can truly be able to move forward consciously and respectively in any relationship, and come to a place where you're even able to have the discernment of knowing whether a person is truly for you, or whether you should really procreate with a person. Okay? That's all I have. There are also other things. Okay, so they're telling me that there is also this, some of you, this might go over your head, but there are some of you who are meant to procreate with a certain individuals, because the offspring who will come from this will be the glory of that person's bloodline, because their bloodline is very sparse or close to none with people who will possibly bring glory to their bloodline. Now that's for those of you who understood that, what I just said. Okay, that was my transmission for today. I hope that you receive this in love, light, and peace, and well wishes to you.